interdisciplinary. Interdisciplinary means it becomes field that comes from various disciplines, including management. All of you are in a field of management. It can be finance, HR. If you are looking into within the area of management itself, but interdisciplinary also can be other fields, economics, science related areas, psychology, social psychology, politics. All the field contributes today to the field of sustainable studies. And sustainability also becomes a great issue today, great challenges in a world that today we call VUCA world. With COVID that has gone through and Industry 5.0. So the concepts of sustainability in business, even in HRM, the three triple bottom impact, the three things that you need to be very clear. Just like in when a business, sorry, when a business traditionally is for profit, profit for company, satisfaction for the customer, but at the same time, environment, that is a society, also need to be considered. So these three concepts cannot be taken away from any studies related to sustainability. That is the people, profit, and also planet. Okay, the triple bottom line concept holds that business must ensure all people are affected but it will benefit in some way. So in HRM, when you want to translate that in HRM, it is about employee welfare, paying adequate compensation to the people, ensuring safe working conditions, work-life balance, encouraging employees to understand the value of the work and how their work contributes to the society, to the company, to the environment. These are essential things to look into. Now, when you look at the world today, you see there are a lot of things that are happening around us. I'm sure many of you are familiar with this concept. It is called VUCA. The concept of VUCA is not something new. It has been there almost close to 20 years. We are operating today in a world that is volatile. Volatility means environment demand you to quickly act and react. Uncertainty is there. You have to take action without certainty. Then you have to look into the environment and are dynamic, many interdependency, and also ambiguous. Leaders today in organizations make decisions in an what they call ambiguous environment. As a result, that you look into, a lot of changes are taking place worldwide. Jobs, even job requirements keeps changing. Many jobs today in future, in even next 5 years, can become redundant. So, what is the impact now towards the area where we look into sustainability? Sustainable HR practices, ladies and gentlemen, makes it possible to achieve financial, social, environmental objective of an organization, taking into consideration of the internal and external stakeholders. Now, all the core processes in organization must be brought into play to support sustainable strategy. These can be categorized in the areas like HRM areas, what it is. What is that makes HRM? HRM is all about attracting right people, developing the people, rewarding the people, retaining the people. All this needs to be done in a context of sustainable HR. So when you are looking into the concept of sustainable HR, also relate to another area today. We're talking about green HR. Okay, we usually use color of green. Sustainable is looking into more of the green. So all the HR functions, starting with the recruitment, selection, training, employment, performance management, compensation, employment relations, organizational culture, should be embedded, should be included. The concept of sustainability of green of HR. So the thing that I want to put the question to all of you are attending a conference. Today is going to be a conference today and also tomorrow. All of you will be learning about sustainability. Sustainability from business perspective, sustainability from the financial perspective, sustainability from the marketing perspective, sustainability from the operational perspective, HR perspective, and many more. So, what is the outcome is that you need to reflect and practice your role. You need to do, you need to look at what is my role. Just like when we talk about social responsibility, CSR, everybody talks about CSR in the past, corporate social responsibility. But before corporate social responsibility, there is something that is called individual social responsibility, ISR. Only after ISR, you go to CSR and then maybe to GSR, global social responsibility, global governance. Same also applies to the field of governance. Before you talk about corporate governance, you need to also look into your role, individual governance. What is my role, individual governance? Individual governance and corporate governance, then you can look into the global governance. So although you attend a conference, at the end of the conference, I do not want people go into the stage of an ostrich, whereby you learn, you know everything about sustainability, but you don't practice doing sustainable practices, whether at your home, to yourself, to the organization, or even a country. Sometimes when you are talking about sustainability, you have to look into from a bigger perspective. But whatever it is, it starts from you. You should not put yourself like an ostrich. This is an ostrich syndrome. Although you know things, but you don't want to recognize or even make changes to that. So it is not easy to change. Although it's usually I'll try to put the people, if you are face to face with me, I'm sorry I'm not able to come to my class directly. Even if I have come now, I'm not feeling well actually. I'm recovering from a sore throat. So I would, if and then I would be able to be, maybe I would be able to present to you much more better. So I think I would want to end the session. That's it from me. A very short session. I think I have managed to cover it within the given time. When I looked at the time given to me is very short, within 10 minutes. But once again, I apologize because of my voice. I'm not able to speak very clearly to you due to the sore throat that I'm experiencing. And once again, I would like to thank everyone. I would like to thank the organizer. That is again Mr. Prabhakaran, Mr. Satyanarayanan is there. Hello, Dr. Satyanarayanan, Professor Satyanarayanan. Thank you, everyone. Please excuse me. Thank you all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have clearly understood that we must shift our thinking away from short-term gain towards long-term investment and sustainability, and should always have the next generation in mind with the decision we make. And your sore throat is not a problem at all. You are clear and you have clarified all our doubts. Thank you, sir. Success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do consistently. I request Dr. R. Kasilingam, Professor and Head of Finance and Business Analytics, Department of Management Studies, Pondicherry University, Central University, Calicut, to motivate everyone with your uprising, the keynote towards success. Thank you.
Good morning, my dear friends. Say good morning. Good morning, sir. Everybody, again, good morning. Good morning, sir. So, before I could start, let me say thanks to Prabhakaran and the organizers for giving this opportunity to interact with so many young minds. Yeah, I always used to believe meeting young people gives energy. Developing relationship is the very big asset one individual can have. For example, Prabharam sir is my friend, not now, for many years. So he has called me, you give a date, sir, whether 18 or 19, but you have to come one day, sir. If you come on 18, we will be on the inauguration. If you come on 19, we will be on the validation. So that has happened because of the relationship. Yeah, only yesterday morning I came from Coimbatore. I was there for 4 days. So these people they say entire 4 days you have to take lesson, right? So that is the as far as I am concerned, that is the relationship capital, right? What is the money I have in my pocket? Is maybe less amount of relationship which I could establish and maintain. It is I feel it is a big capital for me as well as everybody should develop. So with this, let me go to the title. That is G20. This year, last December 1, we have taken up the presidency of G20. It will be there till this December. So it is for 1 year period. So we say we have taken it is a big thing. Of course, it is a big thing. But if you understand, we have taken from Indonesia, right, which is a very, very smaller country when compared to us. Which means they have taken up presidency 1 year before to us. So we are the 17th country to take up this one. So we should have taken little earlier, but even though it is not late, at least we have taken up. We should take this kind of positions in international affairs. I feel India has to play big role in international arena because India is having many things which no one can have. For example, India is the number one democratic country. If you take any other country, they may be having communist country or any other form. But India is the very big democratic country where we give freedom to everybody. Where we give adult franchise to everybody, which means every adult is given equal right that no country is providing. Like that, India is having many distinctive features. So we should have taken up earlier. But no problem. Now we need to understand why this G20 has formed. So the G20 formed because of Asian crisis happened during 1997, 98, 99. Why it has happened? Please listen. Okay, please listen. Don't talk. You might be having anything to talk. You can have it little later. See now, the during 97, people thought the Asian countries are developing. Of course, our country, all Asian countries such as Singapore, Taiwan, Thailand, right, Indonesia, they were doing a great job. They were thinking, okay, their economy is growing, right, maintained the sustained development for the people and saving rate growing. All economic parameters are right. But suddenly it has collapsed. No one has expected these Asian countries will collapse. See, it has collapsed because of two things. One is our currency failure. See, all along, they were maintaining, pecking their currency, right? Though their currency level is less, but they were pecking the currency at higher level to maintain certain rate of exchange rate with the USA. Right. That is why many FIIs they have taken up their money and put it into the Asian market, and the Asian markets were producing a very good return. But they could not sustain for some time. The Thailand what they have done, they could not maintain this banking, they have left it. So currency has come down. So all the currency have come down. So now the investment made by foreign country in this country like Thailand, their investment has come down. So which has forced them to take back their currency, take back their investment. So already currency is in down, but these FIIs they are taking back, then market collapses. Right, market has collapsed. So which has motivated these countries to develop a group so that this will not happen in future. So that is why they have formed this 19, okay, G20 group. It is a group of 19 countries plus European Union put together 20. Now, though all developed countries are there, but a dominant role played by the Asian countries. So that is why it has given to India also. Now that is G20. Okay. Now for the last few days, see Modi ji, everybody they are talking, right? We should not call ourselves as a developed country. We should developing country. We should call ourselves as a developed country. Whether we can call us ourselves as a developed country, that thinking was going on in my mind. Then the main point which put is the economies of three countries. One is Japan and Korea and Germany, West Germany. Now you take up the Japanese case. During the Second World War, they have put little boy in Hiroshima, fat man in Nagasaki, two atom bombs, destroyed 30 lakh of people, right? 5 billion US dollar lost. So many people lost, so many money lost. Whatever remaining, all are waste. All some industries escaped, but even then not in a usable condition. So you can say completely devastated, completely devastated. Right, 1945, August 15, Toja has surrendered. Now in this occasion, let me tell one more point also. Now why India got freedom on August 15? Right. So they thought they will give 48 only, June only, but 46 because of this conflict between Muslims and Hindus, they felt that we cannot go further again. So let us give freedom. Then they were looking when. Then, right, August 15, 1945, that is the day on which Dojo, that is Japanese king, he said, I am surrendering. That in World War, Mountbatten has played a very big role. Right? See, normally what we used to say on the birthday of some people, big people, we will release some people, right? So that is the victory celebration for Mountbatten. That August 15th day, it is the victory day for Mountbatten because that is the day on which they have won the Second World War. Right. So, in memory of that, they have given freedom on us on 15th. Right. But some people they said, hey, 15th is a very bad day. Yeah. We cannot have. Okay. But then suddenly they went and report to Nehru. Nehru ji, this is the thing. If you go there, India will not develop. Then okay. So we will celebrate the freedom on the midnight. That is why freedom at midnight. Right? Freedom at midnight. Some of the books, something you have to read such books. So that is why Nehruji was telling when everybody is sleeping, India wake up for freedom. That is his great speech. When you look at the very famous speech in the world, the speech delivered by Jawaharlal Nehru on that day is considered as a very famous and scintillating speech in the world. If you take top 4, 5, that is one such speech. Okay, leave it. All right, now look at the how they have developed Japan. I can narrate what are the points they have taken. So the first they have concentrated on technology, right? New technology, old technology, remove it. Bring new technology, right? Then they want to have more capital, not only foreign capital but also local capital. They were increasing the savings. Then people, right? Underemployment, throw away underemployment, right? So give employment, improve the efficiency of labor, quality employment, right? So that is why when I was studying, people used to say the Japanese, when they want to go on strike, they will work more. They will produce more. Alright. So even the marriages don't celebrate in the marriage hall, celebrate in the company itself. Let us not waste time on that. So that is why before 1991, end of Cold War, so Japanese economy has become number two economy in the world again. Now, if you take any company, any electronic good that will be produced by Japan, right? So you can say Toyota, number one company in Japan. It was number one once upon a time in the throughout the world in automobile manufacturing, right? So we might any Taycan or any company, Panasonic, Honda, right? So Suzuki, all companies, if you name, all are more than 140 companies are there in India alone. Big companies. If you take small companies, people say 1,000 companies are there in India alone. So that is the development. Okay, this we know. Now look at the very small country, Korea. What happened to Korea? See, Korea till 1945, before Japan could fail in the World War, Korea was under the control of Japan. Right? When Japan was defeated in World War, Japan moved away from Korea also. Immediately what happened, right? Immediately after World War, north part of Korea captured by north part of Korea captured by USSR. South part captured by America. Divided into North Korea, South Korea. Right? Okay, so it was there up to 1951. These two people were ruling these two sides. Then, okay, they left. No, yeah, let them unite. We will go back. Let them be there. They left. Then North Korea, please understand. This is the point you need to understand. North Korea invaded South Korea in the year 1951. 1951, North Korea invaded, which means South Korea is not that much powerful. That you need to understand. It was taking the help of America to defend itself from North Korea. Right? So what happened? Okay, Korean War ended. 1953. That is the day on which they started developing. Right? Please understand, 1986, they have conducted Asia. 1988, they have conducted Olympics. Still we could not conduct, please understand that. A small country, Korea, which could conduct Olympic Games 1988 itself. It was nowhere 1953 in that point. But within few years, what happened? That is the development. Now, wherever you go, you are using Samsung. That is a Korean company. In India, our automobile Hyundai is considered a very big factory here. That is a Korean company. Korea is a small country. What happened? So that how they have developed. Right. Then you take the same case of West Germany. I cannot find time to tell what West Germany has done. Most of the automobile companies are from West Germany. Right? So it was divided in the Cold War. East Germany captured by Russia, West Germany by America. Right? After the Cold War only they could develop. So like this, when many economies, many people can do, why we cannot do? That is the question before us. That is the question before us. That is what the government is talking about. See, one important thing, please understand. Cuba, which is considered as a small country, which is on the bottom of America. America, they say, Arey, wherever you go, America is considered as powerful. I can give 100 examples how America is powerful, right? They have killed Saddam Hussein, right? If they want, they will do anything. They will do anything because that is the power of America. You cannot underestimate America. But this Cuba is a communist country which is very near to America. Right? But how that gentleman has developed that country and ruled for many years, right? In that he has done many things. One thing that is the same thing done by Korea, same thing done by Cuba, everybody. See, Cuba, all parents, all the people, they were starving. They were starving. But they said, we will spend for education. They have spent for education. That has happened in Korea also. All the people, they have not compromised on providing education to the people. That is why those countries have developed. Right. So we need to give education. Now, see, when we consider any economy, right? Tamil Nadu is considered as number 2 economy in Tamil Nadu, the India. Right. But we can become number 1. But we have Bombay, right? We have Bombay, right? Everything for each and everything, we are going to Bombay, right? Bombay is in Maharashtra. So definitely Maharashtra will be number 1. Otherwise, we are number 1. How it has happened? If you look at the gross enrollment ratio, our gross enrollment ratio is 49, which no country in the world is having. No country in the world is having. Right? Like that we have done many things. So that is why, okay. So now in the education, many fields, we are number 1, we are number 1, right? That is the model to be followed. But we have many things more to achieve. Right? So as our chief minister says, we should achieve $1 trillion. That is the target we should have. Right? When you become 1 trillion, so other 5 states, 10 states, so if they provide, the Modi's payments only 5 trillion, right? When Tamil Nadu also 1 trillion, 5 trillion is going to be very easy, right? Very good. So this is about what is G20, what is economic thing which is happening. But let me tell to the sustainability, right? So that is the another part of the title. Sustainability. So see, when you look into the definition, simple, right? Now you are meeting your needs. You should meet your needs without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their needs. You know, it's simple, right? What happened when I was young? When I was young, during summertime, no well known these things. There is a small river, 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers away. In the summer, we will go there. We will dig a small pond. Water will be there. Right? That time we will take drinking water. Right. Then some people they have put a well. Okay, it will be on 30 feet, 40 feet. Right. When I got married, my father-in-law they had one. Okay, so area, there are 30 acres of land, in which they have put a borewell. They said we are putting 400 feet. Now, recently I went, I asked them how many feet? 600 feet. அப்பதான் I could remember. விவேக் ஒரு ஜோக் சொல்லுவானே அப்படியே போர்வெல் போட்டு அடுத்த உலகம் ஏன்னா கூபி ரவுண்ட் ஓகே he will go to the other place where he will eat see some English people நோண்டி நோண்டி அடுத்த உலகத்துக்கு வந்துட்டீங்களாடா அப்படின்னு ஓகே so which means sustainability not there. Earlier people were getting water at 100 feet, now 600 feet, which means the ability of the future generation is spoiled. So the simple in a simple concept, what was there, it should be there. It should be there in the future also. Right? So for example, for basic things, water or air or food. So earlier they were getting these 3, we cannot live without these 3, right? So how much we spend, how much effort we will put to get all these things. It should not be more than what our old generation people have. Now let me give, with respect to water, I will do one small example. There is a river by name Musi River in Hyderabad. Right? I do not know how many people are from Hyderabad. There is a Musi River. 1908. That is the earlier part of 20th century. Frequent flood will come because it is a tributary for Krishna River. Frequent flood. Okay, devastated Hyderabad. That year, 1908 September, there was a flood, like Madras flood, right? 15,000 people killed. How many people killed? 15,000 people killed. Right? Then Nizam said, okay, so it is creating a trouble. Okay, so we will put one pond, that is a lake he has constructed, that is called Osmania Lake, right? Upstream, in the upstream of Munsi River. Okay, then after that, we had one great engineer, Visvesvaraya, he has taken him, Nizam has taken him, and he has constructed one more dam, one more lake, right? These two lakes, still they are there. They are the two lakes still supplying drinking water to Hyderabad. Now, every day, 350 tons of sewage, drainage is going in the river. The government has taken all effort to revive. Many projects they have put. Finally, they have decided it cannot be retrieved. Once upon a time, it was a water source. It was giving water to the entire state and mainly the Hyderabad. Now it is a terror to Hyderabad. What happened? Now one more story. There is a Noyal river in Tamil Nadu. That river, they have constructed two dams, right? Otupalayam and Athupalayam, right? One is in Chennimalai, another is near Vellapoi. That Chennimalai dam, some time back, I have seen in a paper, people were agitating to demolish the dam. Normally, what people will agitate, put some concrete dam, right? At least check dam we construct. But they are demonstrating, agitating to demolish. What happened? Some sewage, right? Sewage, it is going, it is stayed there because of the, okay, so culvert, because of this dam, it is staying there. So underground water polluted. Please demolish it so that it will run. So that is with respect to water. Then with respect to air, I was thinking, right? Normally, when you go near to the temple, there will be arasamaram. Yes or no? Yes or no? People in the olden days, right? Arasamaram, Vepamaram, they will put, they will conduct a marriage, right? If you go around, people used to say, you will get a child. I was thinking how he got, okay, so entire enlightenment there. When he was sitting under the Arasamaram, that is called Podimaram. Arasamaram. If you go and sit near Arasamaram, yeah. அடியே கோயில்ல அரசமரத்துக்கு பக்கத்துல பேசி ஜில்லு 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 காத்து ஒரு மணி நேரம் டெய்லி உட்கார்ந்துருந்தீங்கன்னா நீங்களும் புத்தராயிருவீங்க. சீரியஸ், நான் ஃபீல் பண்ணிருக்கேன். ஒருவேளை இதெல்லாம் படிச்ச உடனே எனக்கு தோணுச்சு, ஒருவேளை அந்த அரச மர காத்துக்க புத்தரா போச்சோ. Okay, so that is the power of the air, water, right? Yeah, right. So if India put air, right, நீங்க ஒரு புத்தராவே மாறிட முடியும். Okay, so we need to have air. Then one more story about food hygiene. 1931 to 1934, there was a heavy famine, right, in Soviet Russia, Leningrad. Right? People could not find bread, people could not find rice, anything. They were struggling, fighting, even for one bread. They had a one research institution in Leningrad, that is a capital. They were having all seeds for future generation. Right? When I was in village, in the corner, in that we put some, okay, so these are Delhi, all these things for future, next year. Somebody in the storm now we will not touch. Sometimes we will touch. That time they used to be, right? That was happening in Leningrad. They were hungry, they were fighting, but on the research institution, what was there, that seeds were not. அது ஒரு புத்தகத்துல பசி கங்கர் அப்படிங்கிற புத்தகத்துல was reported. So because that is meant for future generation, which we should not use now. We should not use now. They are safeguarding, they are maintaining. That is meant for future. Right? That should be there. That should be there, right? So now, with respect to sustainability, let me tell one point on each functional area. Right? Now, let us take the marketing. In a marketing, right, I used to tell one super story that is called Super Size Me. Right? Super Size Me. One gentleman taken a video of he has not taken food anywhere. He has taken food only from McDonald's. Right? So he has taken 1 month and 2 months. Within 3 months, his fat level, pressure level all increased. Then, with the help of dietitian, to reduce that, it took 3 years. What he has gained, so to reduce that, he has taken 3 years. In that, he has put us a documentary that is called the Super Size Me. After seeing that entire McDonald's failed, then they have changed the CEO itself himself. Then they have started supplying this one now. So there is a Desking. Imami has acquired the Desking hair oil for 1,650 crores. Because they want to have, already they have Navaratna, right? They want to have one more herbal product. So that without herbal product, the company felt we cannot survive. Right? The companies they are having all, okay, they want to have only the sustainable products in their market line, product line. Otherwise, they feel they cannot sustain. I can do. You take my Burger King, all what efforts they have taken. Now, to finance that, we have green financing. Now, already we have sovereign gold bond. Now, the government of India, they have started issuing green gold bond. Right? Which means the fund generated by bank should be used for financing only for eco-friendly companies. Right? So that is many examples I can tell. If you take HR, many companies like BMW, they have environmental officers. Right? Many companies environment building. Right? If you go to Pondicherry University earlier, inside only cycle. Right? So interview online. Like that, many HR activities also to maintain the eco-friendly and the sustainable practices. If you take the operations, right? Let me give you one example of Toyota. Toyota was considered as a small company first. They could not find money. They could not have money at all. Because of that, they have introduced the Justin Terminal. They do not have money. They could not put their money on stock. Then they have introduced a sustain time. Right. So now what happened? Because of that cost reduced. Now, if you take Japan, they are meant for quality. I used to say, Deming, not many people will move from Japan to America. Anywhere to America. But that Deming is an American. He is an American. Moved to Japan. Because he wants to study more about quality. If you want to know more about quality, you have to go to Japan. That is why that gentleman went. That is why in his name only we are giving Deming's Award. Right, our Mahindra and Mahindra, which is considered as #1 tractor company in the world, they have received that Deming's Award. Right. Okay, so like this, now we have many people, okay, achieved, if you take Indian companies, they have become global companies, you have global opportunities, right? We can go to anywhere. Now that is the contribution of globalization. That is the contribution of globalization. But let me, I thought of giving some interesting examples, now already times up, but let me tell one thing. Earlier, டாடா ஸ்டோரி சொல்லுவாங்க ஆமை கதை அதை அப்படியே எக்ஸ்டெண்ட் பண்ணி முதல் கதையை விட்டு அடுத்த கதை ஸ்லோ அண்ட் கன்சிஸ்டன்சி no use. Now what we have to do? Fast and consistent. Slow and steady கிடையாது. No more slow and steady. Fast and consistency. நான் டெய்லி என்ன பண்ணி இந்த மாடு ஓட்டுறதுலாம் பார்த்துட்டே இருக்கு. பந்தய மாடு அந்த மாடுகளை பிடிக்கிறதுக்கு அதை பார்த்தாலே எனக்கு ஒரு தெரிய வரும். அதை பார்த்தாலே எனக்கு ஒரு டெய்லி அப்பப்போ கொஞ்சம் ஸ்லோ ஆகிட்டா அதை பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கும் போது ஒரு இதை பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு ஒட்டச்சிரிக்கு இவ்வளவு கையில் இருக்குங்க. இவ்வளவு கைட்டுக்கு மேல அந்த ஒரு இது மடிச்சு போகுது. ஒரு குட்டி சிக்கா அது மேல குதிச்சு அதை விழுத்துங்க. அப்போ ஒருத்தர் சொல்றாரு, நல்லா யோசிச்சு பார்த்தோம்னா பெரிய விலங்கு யானையை கூட சிங்கம் அடிச்சிருந்தா இல்லையா? சிங்கம் அடிச்சிருந்தா இல்லையா? நீங்க அதுல என்ன புலிகிட்ட போங்க, புலி நினைச்சிச்சுன்னா பிடிக்காம எவனா இருந்தாண்டு அப்படியே பறக்குமே. எவன் அவன் பறக்குறது கூட பிடிச்சும். அதுதான் ஃபாஸ்ட். அப்ப நல்லா யோசிச்சு பார்த்தோம்னா ஃபாஸ்ட் அனிமல்ஸ் எவ்வளவு பெரிய அனிமலையும் பிடிக்க முடியுது. அப்போ பாயிண்ட் என்ன? You have to be fast. You have to be fast, right? What is running? Especially, I used to tell, I am in analytics field. Sir said I am a HOD for analytics, but that is wrong. I am HOD for management, right? So we have, I am HOD for all, right? So I only created analytics department, analytics which is also part of my department. Okay, so now, one time back when I was talking in a conference, long ago. So I am in IT field. In IT field, what you have to be? If you want to run in a place, if you want to stand in a place, ஒரு இடத்துல நிக்கணும். If you want to stand in a place, அப்படின்னா என்ன பண்ணணும்? நிக்கணும், அப்படிதானே? இல்ல. If you want to stand in a place, you have to run. If you want to stand in a place, you have to run. ஏன்? கீழே ஓடிக்கிட்டு இருக்கு. Bottom is running, right? You have to run. Then only you can stand in a place. அவளை ஓடிக்கிட்டு இருக்கு அவ்வளவு. Underground is running. Right? One more point I will tell. See, you might have heard about Google. Google பார்க்காத மனிதனே இருக்க முடியாது. அந்த Google Larry Page, அந்த Larry Page ப்ராஜெக்ட் எப்படி வந்துச்சு தெரியுமா? Larry Page எப்படி வந்துச்சு அந்த கம்பெனி? அவன் படிக்கும் போது, உங்களை மாதிரி படிக்கும் போது அவன் பண்ணின ப்ராஜெக்ட் தான் Google. அவன் பண்ணின அவன் பண்ணின ப்ராஜெக்ட் has become that company. அப்போ எப்படி ப்ராஜெக்ட் பண்ணிட்டான்னு பாருங்க. What kind of project he has done. Okay, so அது மாதிரி நம்ம ப்ராஜெக்ட் பண்ணணும். இன்னொன்னு, okay, நான் முடிச்சுக்கிறேன். See, one thing I used to tell to my boys, ஏன்னா நான் பார்த்துருக்கேன். வினோத் காம்ப்ளிங்க I have seen, Sachin Tendulkar I have seen. Both are from same school. Both are schoolmates. Both have entered the match simultaneously, same time. But first 1000 scored by Vinod Kambli. First 2000 scored by Vinod Kambli. ஆனா யார் நின்றா? சச்சின் டெண்டுல்கர். அந்த வினோத் காம்ப்ளி விளையாட்டை பாத்தீங்கன்னா லெப்ட் ஹேண்ட் பேட்ஸ்மேன். அடிங்க பாருங்க, அழகுனா அழகா, எலகண்ட் பேட்ஸ்மேன். நாசமா போயிட்டானையா. ஒரு நாள் ஹாஸ்பிட்டல்ல படுத்துக்கேன். பெட்டுக்குள்ள தனியா போய். ஆனா சச்சின் டெண்டுல்கர் ஒரு ஆளு என்கிட்ட சொன்னாரு, பாம்பேல நான் போயிருந்தேங்க. அப்பதான் ஒரு 3:30 மணி 4 மணி இருக்கும். நான் அப்பதான் போறேன். அவங்களும் அந்த டீம் வந்துருக்கு. எல்லாரும் போயிட்டு தூங்க போயிட்டாங்க. அப்போ கூட சச்சின் டெண்டுல்கர் பிராக்டிஸ்க்கு டைம் ஆச்சுன்னு வந்தேன். அதுதானே. அதே மாதிரி எல் சிவராமகிருஷ்ணன் ஒருத்தர் திட்டார், கரெக்டாவே பிராக்டிஸ்க்கு போக மாட்டாங்க. அப்பவே நாசமா போவான்னு நினைச்ச சார், இவாஸ் டெல்லி, ரைட்? அதனாலதான் வேர்ல்டு கப்ல இறக்குறாங்க. போடுறேன், போட்டா நிறைய ஃபுல் டாஸ். ஏன் ஃபுல் டாஸ்? ஓகே, லெக் ஸ்பின்னர் கொஞ்சம் அதிகமா போடணும், கண்ட்ரோல் இல்ல, போ அதுக்கப்புறம் நாசம். So what I am trying to tell, right? As a student, discipline is very, very, very important, right? If you lose the discipline, எல்லாரும் சொல்லுவாங்க கலவையும் கத்துமரன், அது எனக்கு பிடிக்காத விஷயம். கத்தா செத்த என்னைக்காவது சொல்லிக்கிட்டே இருப்பாங்க. No point. Right? No, right? Every time I use it, tell no time, right? See, you should develop a positive. அதாவது கோல் வச்சுக்கணும். அதுக்கு நான் சொல்லுவேன், ரைட்? ஜோனா பார்க்னு ஒரு அம்மா, அந்த பொண்ணு சொல்லுச்சு, பிறந்த உடனே நான் பிரான்ஸுக்கு சுதந்திரம் வாங்குறதுக்காகவே God has created me. Right? So he was telling, right? It has happened also. அதே மாதிரி everybody should have goal. அந்த கோல் உங்க எண்ணம், right? That should be positive. You should think towards that. அதத்தான் வள்ளுவன் சொன்னேன், எண்ணிய அவங்க இதுவ நீ எப்படி நினைக்கிறியோ அதுவாகவே மாறுவாய். You will become that. One more here stated, வெள்ளத்தனைய நெய்மட்டம் மலர் நீட்டம். அதாவது தாமரை மலர் தண்ணி குடிச்சுன்னா அதுக்கு மேல எல்லாரும் குறைஞ்சிச்சுன்னா, அப்போ what you are thinking, your achievement only up to that. So you should have positive thinking. At the same time, you have to think big. நம்ம பேர் திருமாயம்பாடி சொல்லுவாரு, now திருமாயம்பாடி Reliance is considered as number 1 company in the world. Number 2 Foxco கிடையாது. It is located in 7,500 acres. ஒரு நாளைக்கு 10 crore லிட்டர் crude தேவை அதுக்கு. எப்படி நடந்துச்சு? ஏன்னா அவருடைய பஞ்சு டயலாக் என்ன தெரியுமா? ரஜினி சொல்லுவாங்க, his பஞ்சு டயலாக் is think big, think again. Think big, think again. Very simple. Right? So you should have thinking, right? Positive thinking, right? Think big, think ahead, right? What do you think? You will become like that. Right? So try to have education, try to learn more and more, right? I used to tell, right? The education is the best example for sustainability. Best example. எப்படி sustainability-னா இருக்கிறத போகக்கூடாது. இப்போ நான் கத்துக்கிட்டேன். I learned, right? I know SPSS, I know almost. I learned. It will be me. Till my lifetime. அதுதானே sustainability. ரைட்டா? அத வள்ளுவர் சொல்றாரு, என்ன சொல்றாரு? அனைத்து செல்வங்களும் கேடில் விழிச்செல்வம் கல்வி ஒருவன் அறிந்தார். அது மட்டும் அடுத்ததுல சொல்றாரு, 7 உலகத்துக்கு போனாலும் உனக்கு மதிப்பு வரும்யா கல்வி. 7 நூற்றாண்டுக்கு வரும்யா அடுத்தது. அதையும் விட்டுட்டு கடைசியில சொல்றாரு, கல்வி கத்துக்கலன்னா முகத்துல 2 புண்ணுடையான்னு கோவத்தோட முடியல. அப்ப okay, let us learn, let us think, let us develop positive thinking. All right, that is where we will go. உங்க மாதிரி இந்தியா is in your hands. அதுக்காக தான் G20 எடுத்துக்கோம். That is why we have taken G20. So future also India is having a role to play in the world. India is fully depending upon you, right? You should develop, right? So let us pray God you all develop and wish you all the success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for explaining us where we were, where we are, and where we have to be with your powerful and energetic speech. Education is the key that unlocks the golden door to freedom, says George Washington Carver. May I request Dr. S. Mohan, Professor and Principal, SKSS Arts College, Tanjavur, to felicitate the gathering with his thoughts on the importance of education and research.
Respected Dean Dr. Ananda, distinguished Chief Guest Dr. Kasilika, the coordinator of the seminar, Dr. Prabhakaran, Dr. Satyanarayana, and other staff members of the SRM University, Padapalani and other concerns. Dear students, Mrs. Scholars, very good morning to all. I am accidentally sharing these slides. I was invited to chair the session by 11:20, but incidentally come in advance. But also the inaugural session started by a little bit late, so that I am joining with you. I have to thank Lord Vadaparani Muruga. Opportunity was given by the university, but the inaugural session was given by the university because I came by 10 o'clock to Vadaparani temple. I was in fact that it will take some time since it is a Saturday day to worship for half an hour or 45 minutes. And I can come here by 11 and we can share the join with the first session. But incidentally, there is no rush in the temple. I was just completing 10 minutes and came here. Also, the session started late and the authorities asked me to join the session. Thank you all for the opportunity given to me. As our chief guest said, like as Korea or Cuba, these are all small countries and they're dominating today's market because of their hard working and sustainability. There is a saying that hard work is the mother of good life. Likewise, Dr. Prabhakaran, the coordinator of the seminar, is a hard worker. I know him from his graduations since he studied in our college and also did PhD in our institution. He is very hard worker and he is always the running person to stand in the market, as our chief justice said. How he struggled, he came from one Arasamaram, our chief justice said. நாங்களாம் அரச மரத்துல வந்தவங்க தான், coming from rural, and we enjoyed the air of Arasamaram and Vepamaram. 20 years back, he came from a very downtrodden rural. Even now, there is no regular bus route he serves. He is tried like this.